also wanted to mention something else as well.
Quickly to talk about, would you pay to participate? So I've talked a little bit before about monetizing your content or intellectual property. And my strong argument is that the way that you can make money with it online is to charge for the delivery mechanism. So it might be free via YouTube, but you've got to pay $2 to download it so you can watch it on your TV or watch it on your iPhone. Or you've got to pay a couple of extra dollars to get a physical book, or to get an audio book, or maybe to get it on your Kindle. So essentially, the core idea is free, but all the surrounding stuff, if you'd like it customized for your lifestyle, it's then going to cost you a couple of bucks. But there is this other trend which musicians are using quite a bit. I believe 9 Inch Nails and... I forget the other one. I'll just stick with 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're charging to participate. So they're working hypothetically on their next album. So what they do is they record some instrument tracks, and they split them up and say, look, here's, I'm not sure, say 20 different tracks. You can pay $10, download them, mix and mash them up, then re-upload your end track. If it's really good, we might use it in the next album, or we might put it as a B-side or a C-side, or give it free to everyone in the community.
Okay. What does the remixer get out of this?
Yeah. So essentially, you pay a little bit of money, you get access to some tracks, and you're actually paying to participate in the process.
Okay.
Because there is a cost of them recording those tracks, giving them to you, and also accepting submissions. So what you're doing is you're paying for the experience, you're paying for access to that community. Excuse me. So I asked in my blog last week, would you pay to participate? And the example I gave was in a book. Now the first kickback from that was, well, then it's just going to end up like an infomercial. People only exist in the book because they pay. But it doesn't have to be necessarily writing a chapter. It could be, I'm brainstorming a framework for my next book. Would you guys like to help out? Or I need to do some research. Would you guys like to help out? And then you'll get a mention in the book. So there are lots of different angles.
That flips the model on its head, because normally you pay other people to help you and participate in your projects.
Well, yeah, that is the difficulty. When writing a book or producing a work of art, for example, an album, you might need to pay a record producer to do this, or you might need to pay an editor to do a few of these other aspects. But the difficulty a lot of artists find is working with the right people that understand their market. Now, if you actually ask your market to do some of that, you're quite well ahead, because you're getting your market to edit your book or to help you work on your label. They are your market. So it just makes a lot more sense from a content creation point of view. But also it's a good way to engage with fans. So I put a survey on the blog, and I said, would you pay to participate? And the 3 responses were yes, no, and maybe I could be persuaded. So straight off the bat, 27% said yes. No was 43%. Maybe was 30%.
Interesting.
Now, that is quite interesting.
It's evenly split, really, isn't it?
Well, the last amount was on 27%, but the maybes, I would suggest they're probably leaning towards yes, but they're not quite sure on how they could participate. Now, I thought that was quite interesting, because the way I presented it was in a commercial model. You know, people make money off an album, people make money off a book, a piece of art. However, if you switch this and you change it to an experience, paying your dues for a soccer club, you're paying to be part of the community, and you're paying to participate and give something back. But you can't belong to the club unless you pay your dues. That's essentially the same thing, apart from the commercial enterprise at the end. So I think the model's there, and I think it's a model that would only work for your true fans, and it has to be done in an authentic manner, in that, look, you can't just pay to get a chapter of my next book. That's ridiculous, because if I put out a book just full of chapters that people have paid for, why would I put my name on it? So there has to be that balance between artistic integrity and engagement, without that dilution.
Somehow find that balance.
So it's definitely an intriguing model, which is really good for online, because you can engage worldwide and get feedback from around the world rather than just your local community.
Well, would you pay to participate? Maybe join in the conversation yourself over at bwaggy.com, bwaggy.com, and on twitter.com/bwaggy as well. Thanks, Ben.
Cool. Thanks.
Direct now from